If you're using the 2 or 3 minute for the entries, but still checking the 5 minute for structure, what would you advise to do if the steps Michael has spoken to lately? Reversal candle, confirmation candle, moving average cross with indicators to support a holy shift, but the 5 minute 20 is going the other way. Oh, that's an easy one. I don't trade against the 5 minute 20 because that shift might be showing up, but it's going to be short lived and it's not likely to last. In fact, I'm quite certain that happened today, didn't it? So looking today, let's just see, right? Is it a good idea? Well, I think go into the trading lab. And this is the way I answer all my trading questions is, well, let's take it to the lab and see, right? Go back in time, look at my charts, and see if this would have been a profitable strategy, right? Yeah, well, I start with tone, right? I start with tone. So tone of the day today, clearly down. Today's just a walk down day. So let's highlight, where's the 5 minute? Oh, wait, let me make sure I got this right. That's 5 minute SPY. Here's my 2 minute SPX. All right. Here's the 20. 5 minute 20 coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down. Look for the opportunities where you might have thought 2 minute is setting up. How about right around 11:15-ish? How's 11:15 look? Do we have a 2 minute chart setting up at around 11:15? Yellow to blue. Get up above, coming up, current energy, bam, take the trade, bam, lose the trade, right? And so if you're one of the people that tried to get long at 11:15, I would have been saying to you, I know that you've got all the setup here and all the setup here and all the setup here. I know that this is at the bottom starting to hook. I know that we are at the very bottom starting to come up. I know that we were yellows and getting our very first blue, but there's more to it than just that. There's also structure. And the 5 minute 20 tells you what's happening today. So my little rules don't come out of just nowhere. They don't come out of a book. And they don't even come out of just Michael telling me, so I do. I mean, that's true. But I've also lived the experience of taking this 11:15 shift that looks all beautiful on this 2 minute chart. I mean, look, we're getting a higher low, making a higher high, looks all wonderful, and then hating it. So there's 0 for 1. Let me just kind of finish this question and then I'll go through the comments, right? So there's 0 for 1. Where's the next time it might set up? Here. What time is that? 12:45-ish. Let's look at 12:45. 12:45. Here's our setup. Everything looks about the same. Get a higher low. We break current energy. Blues. Yes, yes. This time it actually goes, even in the face of the 20. So this one works. So we're 1 for 1 if we were just trading the 2 minute chart, right? Where's the next time? Looking for current energy change. Here we go. Right about 218. Yeah, sets up right about here. Get it here. And is that enough to convert? 35 to 39? No, it's only 4 points. I need like 7. Trouble. Trouble. Uh-oh. How do we do? More trouble. Came back to the exact same level. Fell again, exact same level. And, Theta Decay is killing you here. We're at 340. We don't count the end. So it never got enough to convert. And you're sitting in this trade forever, losing Theta Decay. I would count that as a loss. So just today, now there might have been more. What about at, I don't know, 10:30? The 2 minute chart ever look nice at 10:30? Kind of, except current energy. But look at 10:30. If we're just looking at this moment in time, reversal candle, confirmation candle, almost all blues, coming from a real extreme, coming up, turning, coming up. Yeah. Yeah. So here's my point, right? 2 points in one. The first point is I respect the 5-minute 20. I respect, especially when it's angling this steeply, when the trajectory is steep, I don't want to mess with this guy. Now, it's a little different when it looks like this. If it wasn't 2:30, 3 o'clock, that'd be a little different. But when it looks like this, me, no messing, right? Because you're going to get fake out city, fake out, fake out, fake out. One of them works. Great. Fake out, right? All this stuff that looks nice, but it's just not the trade. So I have a rule in my trading plan that I don't trade against a steep angling, strong trajectory 20-minute or 5-minute 20. Okay. Now you can go back in time and you can look at other days and see, well, would it have worked other days? And I encourage that. I think that's how you get answers to your questions. Not so much here. 20 is angling up. Not really the same kind of thing. But in any case, you can go back day after day and look at what days were the 5-minute 20 pretty steep, and then look at the 2-minute chart setups and just track your win rate. But I think today it could be easily like 1 win and 2 losses, 1 win, 3 losses, something like that. Yeah, a week 20 is different. The recording will be up in the hamburger there. It'll just be up in the daily recordings. So my first rule about days like today is that I don't like trading against the 5-minute 20. My second rule about days like today is I don't like trading the first bounce. Anybody ever heard that rule from me before? So I thought we were trading shifts around here, but Kate doesn't trade bounces. Aren't we trying to grab shifts? Yeah. And aren't shifts going to be against the general trend? Yes, they will. But especially if you're new, I want to point this out. Okay. If you were to come into the market today around, I don't know, 10 o'clock for the 10 o'clock shift ish, right in here, or 10:30 or 10:40, right? I mean, look at this. This is picture perfect. Cycle's coming down and it hooks. RSI way overextended and it hooks, right? This is coming up. We get blue dots. This is exactly the scenario I'm talking about, right? It looks lovely. The 2-minute chart probably looks excellent. Yeah, this is what we were looking at, 11:15. 2-minute chart looks like my friend. Yeah? We even put in a little higher low right there, right? And that looks golden. But context. Which way has the river been flowing? What's the tone of the day? Michael says, what's the story of the day? What's the tone of the day? Okay, we're definitely coming down. My rule says that when we have either a violent or a sustained movement in one direction, then I'm on alert. Would you call this red, 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 red? Would you call that violent? And then would you call this, even though there's some greens in it, would you call that sustained? Would it meet either the violet or the sustained threshold? Yes. It would actually meet both of them for me, right? So when that's happening, I am never going to trade the first bounce. And here's what I mean by first bounce. Let me try to make it, see if I can just come upstairs here and draw. When the market is coming down in a sustained or violent fashion, pretty strong, it will make a lot of these little first bounce like, oh, woo, there's a bounce. Okay, sure. Okay, there's a bounce. Now, I let that bounce pass me by. And what I'm looking for is a real higher low. So I want to see higher than this or double bottom. Sometimes I want to see a higher high too. So here's what I mean. At the very minimum, I want to see it come back down and hook again. And I might be interested here. If it's a big enough move, I want to see a higher high too, and then a higher low. Now I'm ready to trade it. I'm not going to trust the bounce until I see something more like this. Does that make sense? Put a yes in the chat if that makes sense. The picture that I'm looking for. Either that double bottom or a higher low. This rule was born out of many a lost trade on my part and many wanting to throw the computer moment, because it sure looks like when you get to here, it sure looks like this is a trade. And I was fooled by this over and over again until I came up with this rule for myself, not to trade the first bounce. So that means if the first bounce goes by and then it makes a lower low, all right, well, then I never traded it. And I'm still waiting. Like the rule is still in place. If it keeps going down and I get another bounce, that's still considered to me a first bounce. And I want to see a higher low and, again, maybe even a higher high. At the very least, I mean, I could potentially be interested here. But I usually am even now even more conservative and want the next one to go. Yeah, but didn't you miss, a potentially good trade that you could have got in here and got out there? Yeah. Yep, I did. And I missed one today. This. I missed that. Right? This trade, I'm not going to trade it.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video from Trade With Me Now. Make sure to go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel so you make sure that you catch our next video right when it's released. Also, if you have a question or comment, please leave that in the comment section below. And of course, if you want to learn more about Trade With Me Now or join our community of profitable traders, go to tradewithmenow.com. There's also a link in the description below.